Me patcho de obey any say oba subscribe it, ne share, ne like it, ne send the movie so in your binge. A higher key sports. Madinka culture, the ye come was most by a Sante Kotoko because ye ukumase. Ana Tim Papa Bakwa Ewo Europa ye need the Barcelona.
You know, said Jules Conde be sign a contract extension 2030, and then Oko Barcelona office officially was signing contracts no at the Ama Barcelona body tie and then Wanyakata for the professional tie. Nah, Oko signing contracts no and say was signing contracts no at the Ama Barcelona and Yamia so we or can some be or say. And yet dangerous crash will be back as a Barcelona beats me at Champions League. No, some bomb ball last year. And a dear or more than a D at the actually are sitting in HS Barcelona, capable of winning the Champions League into and Yahukra. What's I say? After you so. Asalami Yamal and a deserve say the Ballon d'Or no and so at the man until ye POB na ye the Ballon d'Or no at the man who say Lami Yamal and the Sefata was say the Ballon d'Or no and so at the man or so no on found position a coach in the Becassa on boy capable of playing all position into and one asabno and one sabno and now also no right back one in any junior pa or per se or ball right back when he said Obisusu Sebia, the ninja right back now born when the coach dinner and Penas must say Munya Sansabno. Or no right back, no you okay playing at the right back of you say a nice position is enjoying it into the coach na catching son, you know, and no be casa last year. And then there's special about this team. And also last year they back one any G and say Omo J League no the Espanyol and J League no. Omo J Copa del Rey. How the Real Madrid Nigeria winning the titles with rivals. I'll say an idiot. If a city 3 man in the papa, as I say, or feel say it was the right thing and not or more extra, but so say contracts in the year. The Niaji not or heard him say and paying for the contracts and about to him. Now wait me assign a contract and send a Kumudi or say, oh, GDA, say Barcelona, a winning titles. Dex season. See, Jose Conde finally when you assign a contract no and so a day ama Barcelona. Now make us some no say a big year kai hear me mina.
Yeah.
Aquatintin ya. Ojinechiriwa o Colombia for defender tintin. One of the players have a Barcelona and for Crankai no. Hear me na. Hey, 2018 or Barcelona from Brazil. 10. Na yermi na kasa. And it's akwa we asembe na oba beka. O say obi maybe no kasa oba Barcelona ofeli ya na ne bu yefu. O say one floppy oba so. And then you forget sa. O say one floppy oba so. O say oprai. Na no mu ye training. And na Rakitic ekotia na so and oprai. O say fiti wo na Nieman said that Anque and Famana. Now, the Tipote crown of Philly, you know, as a coach, and next of Valverde, big you say the first day, and then next of Valverde, and then the Kasai. After that, or say after best 7 months, now coach, I only hear coach of the team. Also on Bisa and some class on what to say that Oceana with him. No, Obisa say. A better a jack Niamana, a bra coach, no crown or coach, you know, Oceana with him. How is that possible? Say. Ebetimi aye successful. Wouldn't say Chelsea and Manchester United aye negotiations for Garnacho no. Biggie. Mukwako mu bisa Chelsea for say na Andrew Santos mopeno. Inti in negotiations no man you for say wo pe Andrew Santos.
Kanya bad crowd.
Oh pe Santos.
Oh yes. Go we say Manchester United here defensive midfielder. Na ball kakra na ehun Andre Santos e bono. Ade o here a minutes.
Sir.
Oh yes. O here minutes keke. O nya playing time na.
Well, unfortunately, Chelsea for say emfa omo Tom Mamudida.
And Garnacho ye ente so da.
Neza mo no say you know Chelsea for bulemu. Mama Chelsea bulemu sa.
Abana sa kwagu. Abana sa.
Well, coach Enzo Maresca say Aaron and Saminho no onya boni bimbo to onko. Boy no on the Dortmund for IBBA obeko Dortmund. Kobo loan Chelsea for someone for buy option bien shim. Into a straight loan onko bo en famra. Na omo GDA so kwa ebe fa Dortmund die ebe fa e dia ma no. Sorry, Echeverry. Yakaso oko Leverkusen wakwa ko YBBA your mama ni Jesse number 9 into Claudio Echeverry no when ya Jesse number 9 Tottenham 4 away da so gira Manchester City 4 ho and negotiate say Savinho no omuntia se da City 4 ton apply na fam mom so City 4 say master say no aka bibia wie say nya de e beti ase so say dabi enya de omsum ti Savinho still Tottenham 4 say they've not given up already, you know. And Biggie Bear have a conversation about that. Say, a better easy. And ye, see, I can't want some baby at Chelsea. Yamia Duma, Ochina, or in Americas, Arsenal. Inti, and on a hash you more. They say almost a Savinho, no quite beer some first win ye beer, no, but still no one. It is what it is. Enya empire. Biggie Yamoko Moka crash stories, no. Oh, yeah, number the BC Shemusa.
Kokuma Menshas here from Barcelona. Jules Koundé. I am one person. First time I'm a Barca. I person who extended Jules Koundé not nana. Osi kind of Barcelona no. I was extremely happy. Extremely happy because it's Barcelona are bred to get that right fit for that right back position. Sandy Paul fitted the right back position. Obe boni ye di ama Barcelona bobo kono. Barcelona are bred pansana oba benya Jules Koundé. Barca sa position ni a positioner. Player obe boy our core, our page standard of that particular position, and the course so a revert position of Barcelona Bobo Kodimno, Dani Alves. There are a lot of teams that Ukomwa, your position be on based on the performance of players of my Bobo's position in the past. Obabe Bope, you the different kind of lens and the hell into the right back position of Barcelona. Ababa because our position now Barcelona bobo ko ni mo a obi be boy yellow page as standard no a certain standard be too on mo oba obona anko ye pe am say onya de even if your performance is normal am say onya de we can Dani Alves
after Dani Alves em so ma brepa
yes because Sika Barcelona has spent it and they offer players about the right back position
my bro
Nelson Semedo Ababina Muko Alex Vidal Sergino Dest.
Alex Vida.
Yes, Sergino Dest was one player.
Sergino Dest and
Fanny. You don't want to feel say, Obetimi about the body right back position because looking at ball and over way yaksana. Obaye and fa. It's enough for yourself. No pro. At the neighbor. On the Nemua.
Emerson Royal.
Emerson Royal Munina by Amfa. I feel Osheni Tim Nimuano and Oko converted Sergio Roberto from midfield. About the right back. Obo kakrama Barcelona. But still, not standard now than the others are set out to one no. Almost player no moves a derby on why.
To the stage they had to recall him. He came back to play for Barcelona.
Just because our position no still now you know be about the end kakra into young fans. There steps in Koundé, who was coming into the team as a centre back. One of the best centre backs at that time.
He swerved Chelsea.
Obe PMO Barcelona. Your ball, you're trying to right back position. There were certain lapses because or your typical central defender, a bit take time kaka. Even as at now, there are certain problems with the right back position for Barcelona. But at least Jules Koundé every boss our right back position. No, he's been better than every right back our Barcelona after Dani Alves. It's undo the Dani Alves standard as a right back. But be a central defender, you converting a man a makeshift role. Any ball now all born there, or you upgrade over all those right backs that Dani Alves score your maba. Into Bass and Penny for not tenacity. No more play and the performance. Any ball are all ball at the right back position. No more awarding with a contract extension. It is a step in the right direction. And I am happy for Barcelona and I am happy for the player. Kwaku Jules Koundé say, Barca next season, I said this season, this season, possible say, to be a Champions League. So, Kasa Semnoa, now it's in China, Untimin Bigoji player. Last season, and yet Inter Milan, Barcelona call finals. And as a Barca could play more finals, it could have been anybody's game. Because it could have been anybody's game because Quite Paris Saint-Germain first of all the ball. And you're so different from the Barcelona style of play. And the Inter Milan quite first of ball. Nanka, among for the one at the finals, yeah, Henny Adiano. Now, man, for say, now say no more, no more, team way. Barcelona man on the finals and a whole lot. And for a team to play the Champions League, team Ayesha season, now say the Padron and nearly that's home. But Robert bought Champions League, from the group stages. I could do the knockout phase. I could do semi-finals. I had to take the dynamics of the game in the second leg. And at Barcelona, every more. They only have to build upon the kind of performance I had last season. No? And I'm going to build upon that performance. Barcelona bet me could do the Champions League final and possibly win it. And this is Jules Koundé Kasa Asemna. Memedie, Menene Yadring. Barcelona is capable of winning the Champions League. The Akaya Juma Kakrebi Mobeyaka team no. Now improvement about performance from last season's performance.
Last year Barcelona surprised you know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure say no Obisusu say Barcelona cry bedru semi-finals. Yes, starts the season, you know. And I was surprised. Me can obi me sure say even the Barcelona fans did not expect that level of performance from the team.
Sure.
Afi Osha inclusion Saba Rashford on was the goalkeeper say Juan Garcia ba and Rooney Basimoni and the inclusions of these guys and the experience the old players are massive over the last 12 months. Then and a Barcelona and Franco game in the one. You bet me and say this time around umbe move attract the semi-finals because you say this season seems to be very much better than last year.
Sure.
So then Ebama Barcelona at the Champions League again will lose to Inigo Martinez.
Kwaku question now beside you know. The answer our question every year.
Okay.
Answer no question every year because okay, say Barcelona losing Inigo Martinez. Barcelona biggest problem this season. And even last season in the Champions League, they lost it because of their defense.
No correct.
Barcelona lost the Champions League semi-final to Inter Milan because of their defense. Said there was a certain defenders, a groupie, and also more regroupie, a set it up, no more attack, and also more defended the attack of a Inter Milan Bobokono. Or more intimate, and none and Nam Soma Barcelona conceded goals at the late hour, at the dying embers of the game. Emma Barcelona at the free Champions League in the semi-final stage. And that's defensive problem. And I was on last season. Even the defense looked better than this season. I am saying it looked better than this season because they have lost their best central defender. With no disrespect to Paul Kubasi. But the kind of maturity, experience, any defensive organization. Now a word because of Inigo Martinez. And I know this animal here than ever. And this season, as we speak, they have lost him. And I'm going to mean now be our Baba Beshahonom. Abaya say Jumano. I feel a coach and they're trying hands. No, I will be a man about Besha's position. No. And I feel say if there's anything Barcelona would do to make them better to win the Champions League this season, they have to improve on their defensive game. That is where the problem is. But I'm found so Lucy Inigo Martinez. No, me de be amaka say a personnel and I di won commodity akwaku and can need to so be betimi aba be share to kronim.
Okay.
E Barcelona. But a coach no and am woni mu gidie based on a Juma amount say why Barcelona team ne ho. E dey improve certain players e Barcelona team ne no. And no na ma me gidie say me hwe nipa omo Barcelona e kire ho but me hwe coach na o yes nipa no ho adwuma no me wo gidie to obetimi anya obi amana ba be shawon ma body ama Barcelona ai ne ma be fa dia mo so mo improve on their defensive game. Barcelona Champions League this season and far from them kwaku.
Very interesting, very interesting. But just a passing comment. Say Andre Santos na na yedi ho komo kakra. Chelsea are still insisting so on Tony player na farmer mo. But ono the obefa player. Say Man U stance mujina hi.
Kwaku say Manchester United needs a defensive midfielder. Until United decided so for Carlos Baleba. And na san komo na tia kwa da anye ye. It's in a clearly position now United person of failing no. A position at United here. But in common you know. Chelsea say on ton Andre Santos. But Manchester United and man I clear all ton Garnacho.
Okay.
And it's a Chelsea decided say on ton right from the onset. Chelsea didn't show any sign of selling Andre Santos. But I will and I will identify problem with team anymore. And I will put solution to your problem. Team anymore. And I will identify a player and say our quality. I will bet me about the solution to all problem. No? And I will pay. And this is a Chelsea cast on to me as a Manchester United fan. We need Chelsea any problem there. But Manchester United as a club there from the onset, even before pre-season, no man I clear say Garnacho on penal. And can you blame Chelsea? Debbie, only also on tongue, who na old tongue. It's me in tongue as a word, the old tongue. Be a man, need Ghana mouse, can I give player no? Name quay baby.
Man, you na necessary. Well, the other baby said the about no what I say. And some risk come could be sunset Chelsea. Centre backs and say and maybe over say paying for be enter centre backs amount say what he's trying to do is that internally or solutions internal at the end they already say paying for no fee almost so on share just team no on no pay defender and fambo because paying for no say you got centre back the bro see and Levi call in hotel now oh yeah boy anything Inti any team no na wa choose. Inti coach na say toss na darabia you with training kama. Or you okay? Kobi sansa na Wesley Fofana so swear. Say and now Wesley Fofana could delete sin in nyama nyina di free ho. Na the problem o ho na.
Is you no so Chelsea for look sure no.
Ono so akwa no prepare o.
Chelsea for look sure.
Hey! Also Wesley Fofana or you okay? Boy ni happy o training BBNC. Obehwe say bia obetimi ama minutes kakra. Against West Ham United. I think uja for no centre backs in the yes penny for the semester. Shete when you mo because be just a champion mo crash or mo bobo. Ninti no o mo mfi no crowd for centre back no.
Magoku Chelsea centre back issues no. Meme there I wish the same company for ni be tie coach na asem. Na o mama ni sika no de akwakoto centre back e de aba. It is because aside say football I was a coach materials out here. Said they will be to me deliver the amount because say Kobase coaching and deliver. Now we be coaching the questions the coach can get an excuse. Say problem by na me pay solution. Solution ni need say. But the me catch on one nyama me. And inti na mama instrument me anya dia won so wo pedi ai am farm ma no. Enti coach ni beti me anya bibia gina so de akade o de beka. But we here no ne to nchen a. I feel say and I will maintain this. Chelsea, a team no. What's your central defense now? Chelsea has no commander in central defense.
Levi Cowell.
Levi Cowell is not a commander.
Oh no, my no commander.
Yes, he's a good player.
Yeah.
But the kind of experience a commander being here were actually honum. Now they are controlling the back line, they are much Chelsea Bobo Kono. Levi Cowell young drew. She Arsenal Bobo Kono. Arsenal Igbo games, look at their central defense. Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba. These are two good players, and though but they've gained that kind of experience. They will game in him. She Liverpool, Van Dijk and Konate. She Manchester City, Ubenya Ruben Diaz, Ubenya Josko Vardio. The last time you John Stones. Central defense Yamabobo Mudi. Fato to Chelsea the no. So if the Chelsea the no, they have the quality. Yes, I know correct. But only need that experienced figure. Oh, be control back line they are Chelsea Bobo Kono. And yeah, Nanka Rhys James yes central defender they are. And Kamayo okay with that. But Rhys James is a wide man about the laterals. Right back. So right back and no left back. Ebe control defensive line amount. Kwa a problem. And the problem Chelsea isn't realizing, say, Kobase or central defenders, any experience, Obian one more serve as a commander the Mawa. You need to get a good and an experienced goalkeeper. Oh, no, never organize a back line in the amount. But Chelsea still has a problem with their back line. Man for arguing Corso. Because they don't have that experienced goalkeeper. Robert Sanchez, Senior Club World Cup now, and Nunim Pono a finals, And a man depanya GDF for goalkeeper. Goal and not that Brighton and I'm so much Chelsea go far and buy. You who's our performance and what Chelsea. It means to me, yes, I GD no. So Robert Sanchez bet me, yes, I do man the amateur Chelsea book. And so when your goalkeeper best serve it as a commander when only experience when you central defender, it creates problems the mouth. And in as over Kaya, the early days of David De Gea or Manchester United, no conceded goals. Even though Manchester United had 2 central defenders and no more experience and commanders, Ferdinand and Vidic. But now goalkeeper and ferry because who knows why Akada. It's not to control central defense. No. So he was conceding goals and that's only there. Any fast war. But later on, mature into the game, we begin his experience. Or shots to control backline. And then what's the David De Gea. And the Chelsea needs our commander. No. The goalkeeper should be serving as a commander to control the back line. But I mean, Roberto Sanchez in D.
Biggie, isn't it? I think say, on say, yes, say, we win in Yama Bibri. Sometimes we overconfidence. And yes, sir, it be a penny for the bad game. Say, team now, who coach who complaining about, you know. Team no at the Conference League, Aquaje Club worker beating the best team in Europe as at that time. You know?
Yeah.
Inti, how are you able to convince the sporting directors to say the defense and the goalkeeper now ususu say enye no? They were able to win the Club World Cup. Inti, and yes, sir, at the end I affected teams who are Champions League we are the following season and yaman in go because Oje Champions League no nim say oh super squad. Meanwhile, now our problems be a nice and so or solve, but sir confidence na a best with team that's overconfidence, you know. Yeah. Biggie, I'm asking this question, say, and you been affected Chelsea team no one because it looks like Penny for the few say once we've used this squad to win trophies, we are good to go.
Koku, they're all kind of know we are doing because team no the NHS team need a good team based on the performance and the trophies they are winning. Into the clearly it will be a Chelsea pensioner. No, her anima ESCC recently. Or who's a team in a year? Into on Tias a player about Cope Pra, not Chinchina also just your cocoa to be babishim. But so your coach, you have to be able to convince them. Make them know. Say any BNC and Untia na me pese ye cocophobia de ben edeneba. Me before even the injury of Levi Cowell, I had said it on countless occasions. That Chelsea being here commander woman central defense. Because me feel some man they have the quality. But omumunye do sa. So it's the coach no and also to be convinced you. But baby aba do no. Say enye ye dia coach any option. Because players in so no they have a lot of them in the squad. Now say Chelsea akoto Jora Hato de Naba. Hato na ye nim no. Plays as a left centre back and also a left back.
Yeah.
It is a kwa so for such a player de Naba. Now there's an emergency situation. I was so to me hold the force no with the player kopem say
on person be risky though.
But Kwaku a hot dey be a penny to be say. And you feel the player and the quality them fit a standard. I didn't know my cotton.
Well, say Wesley for Fanaba. Tossing at Rabia, you a fit. Yamia do money West Ham United na able.
Kwaku
and never so be is a better player for Kwaku.
Wesley for Fana for the past 2 years. Match is saying Obama Chelsea.
Ebia no better no own preview way.
So Wesley for Fana ye fit. Na me who the Wesley for Fana me who no Leicester City na. Chelsea here commander BIBM because he's an experienced centre back and he has a lot of quality. But the question is, will he be fit and available for Chelsea when they need him?
Wesley Fofana, has there been a season what bought? Rebecca said that year he played as a commander.
Oh, before
he's one guy. He does well, but as a prana shield,
yes,
we are unable to assess him well.
And Kwaku at Chelsea there, untimi and can any one dance yes, sir. But the performance I know what dined you were Leicester before joining Chelsea.
Maguire from Leicester to Man U, West Fofana from Leicester to Chelsea. One and they were form. I was the previous team.
Oh, Maguire.
Exactly.
Yes.
Anyway, UEFA for paying for that so camp no over 4 hours some that so camp no inspections how do na go for aden there omoje den ho aden we dey say calf for aba response stadium omdo mo nche o omo dey papa na omo wie ko
ohaya abrochire
aden 4 hours the moje den ho
eno park no wan hu na ba bi na mmire twa ho no
wan me say mmire eradi yesu ye
mmire pa se kan kumo se do mo ye ni twa pa
now mututu na mo nko no ndie mmire so good food
but hanom no ye fa nema bi normal but over there omunya nema sa
basa company no mo bro
when they need
first game cra against Valencia na me te say mpanyimfo no say ade na enye ready nti say chinchina person bo no company mo bo behind closed doors na mpanyimfo no say yan say bebo behind closed doors say kwa jijiro na for stadium na
say behind closed doors they wan fa man ke
say mpanyimfo no say
ohia the supporters ni wo free
say omo say ade no so wunwi say ma wo kwan ma wo kobo ball no no china bi adwiri gwa won say mpanyimfo na ebe hold them responsible now they have 5 certificates to get before they play game there. First of all, so munya certificates for electrical installations. You know, just say why your electricals in area was say institution or Moshe Sanye man so Barcelona or no. Ombe pass certificates. At the most ampa untimi ko shi obi a ho. The tosubio was so much city council for no permission. After report from the civil engineering Barcelona Krumo so almost so engineer pass ye signing mom sampa ya certify afi fire service for more was almost so geomodie certificate for completion documents makuma 5 was almost satisfied in nyina answer omabobo no ho mpanyimfo no se basa munya botre na porter we nya stadium no we
koku Barcelona here stadium and here the supporters and Barcelona fault football no playing home away from home are different from what you in our ball games so I'm on it. I don't know how it is done but in your part of the world there are certain things you do home grounds certain rituals and other things that ultimately cost stadium now no and
at the detriment of people's health.
That is why there are people there to check the stadium.
And of course they say enwie nti munya botre.
Enti omo guso hwe. Say enwie na omo asseteni bibia na omo say ade ni wie ye mpene a. But this an come free stadium hoko. Once they are still there for the past 4 hours, then clearly it means omo guso hwe niema. Okay. Enti nkomo okoso. Enti se nkomo ne koso. Na wo ye wadwuma, o check it. A confirm bibia say okay. Oma Barcelona the green light when it is not ready that's a BBC when you be hold you responsible and see I was almost your majuma ye but you can't also blame Laporta say all stadium ready because I be boba sabobo ko
Leon Belly echo Romano biggie the first day and then you training with pra Sakobia Bonidiana who first day I was training Leon Belly yes I call out 3 months but 3 weeks sorry and I'm for we count Jeremy Frimpong Mate say ono so proud
Liverpool
Mate say he'll be out for few weeks after international break and I'll back coach ni say Conor Bradley fully fit into Conor Bradley okay I'll beat me Asia kind or see Newcastle game no say weekend the Liverpool in Newcastle they so expect a great atmosphere now Newcastle team almost throw a bomb of now counter attacks and midfield to attack how they play I was say Liverpool for year careful say some mistakes now concede goals no say ya na open up too easily the opponents na attack yepa no say rank Gravenberch now abano obebo omu ye pa nti or expect say some problems na see here with Liverpool previous games with Ram Gravenberch and McAllister in midfield sad defensive midfield no say some problem ni nyina eto ebetwa and obo Leoni akoda na mko fa ne ban no obo na baso say akoda kitkitse wodi 18 years so no see bobo so boy no wodi boy ne manwa no hompo o press na senkra na no hompo nti obo boy na baso so we training with them 3 times in year so far or you're very much impressed with the player's performance. Into player now, when you for final, Edina Banedi, you feel say a year and a Crystal Palace for almost a better is the Shrena a year or mono. Or when you suit town, or Marco Villarreal for say Jeremy Pino or Mo Epeno. Only 25 million euros in the buy and Villarreal say I'm Moyario. Nigerian Pino and your prank and Spanish national team say on an Ejina wing so. Thomas Moyario, Namono, share. Say omo pe el kanu si de ne se Leicester for no episka ni bia kan so mo nso kofo na desperate obi ye no maka bi bia wie 37 no omo so fiska ni kan itiro pressure with Crystal Palace for so hey
the English market I had now a difference transferring a player from one English club to the other I had now born was so
yeah
other leagues in kwa for be dinaba and I am sure say and no never Crystal Palace be decided a little bit Spain no akwa pepino e di na baba be show
say Spurs ne Palace na desperate ba area ya o ma contact Morgan Rogers
but can you blame them Kwaku you can't
too desperate
and see yes they have to get quality in their squad
they didn't better chase players
Kwaku it's just normal it is normal and they're quite unfortunate say something happened to Spurs but you can't blame the player.
But can we have a discussion about the Arsenal team with a Bereche easy League and Arsenal afa?
Debbie.
Still no. Oh Biggie. Biggie a Bereche easy.
The biggest problem for Arsenal wasn't needing a Bereche easy.
It was needing who?
Needing the number 9.
They've had it.
You have the number 9.
Exactly.
And it will be all more Arsenal G Liga. It should be Victor Gyökeres. A better as an inclusion, it is strengthening the squad.
Why na a create chance said Yama Gyökeres Amanashi? A better easy. See a create Yamano better wash a go.
Over 2 Martin Odegaard.
Oh, bet me about from the left. Now,
Martinelli.
Odegaard.
Martinelli, then who put me
Odegaard, the form to the Biana Tiafaso.
The captain of the side.
No, but if you are the captain of the side and you are not performing,
unless he consistently performs poorly.
He's been very bad in the last 12 months.
But this is consistently Obowe wasa and sana coach in the bench. The captain of the
last
side
24 months. The last 24 months, a Bereche easy and Odegaard numbers game, ball. What did you say?
Oh, between the two, dear Kwaku, honestly speaking, I love Odegaard. Yes, Arsenal team, the baby, I me feel say Bereche is a bit me a command spot. I had the left wing. He's a better player than Martinelli.
Bro, left was also no bono. Said I'm born giddy. I mean, feel left in you.
But for him to bench Odegaard, it be a problem
because the left one, Crystal Palace number 3 at the back. Until Ujina left one,
yeah.
But say Arsenal for 4-3-3 no. Ujina left one, you are almost about defending anytime. Opponents nukuta ball.
Yeah.
Into the left wall ball, I mean, but so Gina strike it here.
But the big question is, Obetu Odegaard.
Oh, and yes, so let's say Arsenal open.
Maybe some question.
Say Odegaard on my numbers.
Kwaku. But Odegaard so Arsenal hasn't been that bad.
Oh, and you bad as some na say Arsenal here numbers. Arsenal,
but realistically, something you want to train on more striker and there. Baby, easy say Eberechi is the command their spot. I the left wing.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree 100%.
Yes.
But left wing one, Madueke so epe wabu. Madueke, no name Madueke. Arsenal at 50 million a cover player, but also
Manchester 89 cover Popoba. The fact say what tenant jersey chinchi or bobo now or expected over border ama and also bobo sikane ho ball. For Madueke, I am expecting to be a better player was now. At least. Now Ateta decision no take here so then be back on board. Even when he wasn't that good, our Chelsea bobo ko ni no. I pay off. And that is what I am expecting. But realistically, what do you better chase see one more say see there. Obi obetimi a command the spot at the left wing position. Hey, better chase it. Not only Madueke. Madueke would have to prove a point to us now to get a position.
Well, o team we ya da we ai kofu e
unze hwa no mde ezi ato no
go as Arsenal for mo team o na Chelsea still na league na omso betimi age ana
Chelsea possible go say one match pe ne abo
any afidi e be yiri obi ko obi aso obeje league no
ko one match ne e determine the obeje league ni the obeje I think any West Ham be relegation
na West Ham
first match to Roma
Sunderland na West Ham say nyame adom ni Chelsea be sa adu egu omu so woto West Ham team we
just one game. It is too early to write Chelsea off. And Chelsea born on a Crystal Palace boy, you know. Kwaku from last season, one of the strongest teams in the Premier League has been Crystal Palace. One of the strongest teams in the Premier League has been Crystal. We shouldn't forget, say, ni coach, you know. Profile ayene and Enzo Maresca aje Club World Cup and nipa be boni din and waje conference and nipa be boni din. But profile Oliver Glasner and the back Crystal Palace, you know. A such Enzo Maresca profile on the back.
Bebre.
Oliver Glasner is an Europa Cup winning coach.
Master. Only the is our coach. Nankasa. They be a make say. As a person be proven who in England, extra sample a good coach.
Yes.
And nothing about Palace.
Yes.
Or being brutal.
And oba in a Jumana or yellow. Actually.
Mungo fano. So they say then it's a Ruben Amorim.
Oh, the Premier League name there. Why are they changing?
Necessary say Ruben Amorim so bat back. And on so enche be pamono. Amorim enche be pamono.
Oh, Adinja.
Inti ye pamono a. Na Marco for Oliver Glasner ba.
Any Arsenal boy any do to say ya dia mo.
Any day team. Last year see ya. Mutimi bo me boy. Last year mutimi bo gidi.
That is why there's a
consistent.
That is why there's a caveat. Me say Otuasu say ya dia.
Okay.
Because we
all know say man you are Makoto players aba system the coaching say we are going to change in Yemen. Now born the first game against Arsenal. It is expected say be as a Mojashia be beba
Referee Robbie.
Big Joe Gomez as Sanso pro boy na den.
Joe Gomez.
And now we are obebo.
I saw no to Liverpool for look sure.
Bomb of Kakraya. Wasanso you see 3 days in still around team training. Na boy na den.
How no bia will be okwaku. Na bi dey to see bi na yen ka bi do there.
Hey, Joe Gomez.
Also injury him seriously and
no that's what Liverpool here then. And then Liverpool still now no my extended boy in the contract. Our shares with team ni mo ana. For
the player they all extending the contract akwaku be extend you.
No,
so
but
the
why?
question should be say Liverpool that's who keeping here then.
As a fan to say he's their own you know.
The central defense position no. And Omakofa Giovanni Leone de na. And a coach di ne ho dance say ball na 18-year-old neighbor.
Yeah.
And the training na all year e was so power. And he's happy with the players' performance so far. Omugusu di nkomo. Still they haven't given up on the McGahey chase. Should they get McGahey in addition? Omonya 2 central defenders of more quality.
Yeah.
Omumi no ball na oma ball and some join Liverpool no. Me who Joe Gomez say Bobija. Because Joe Gomez as a player, we saw him having prospects, but injuries and man intiminya the assessor of football. It won't mean one dance here. So these players born on my bonnet or mobile Liverpool, you better change Joe Gomez. Yeah, you so all ball. Liverpool. It's on one case see a class and a whole tonoa. Liverpool bobo kunimwa. This may be a consideration, but he's not better than the central defenders at Liverpool in final, and that is another problem.
Well. Meus Alexander Ishak o trainee ononkwa ehyewa ononkwa e trainee
but we are saying
ade
enano na making kind niema say Ishak bofu or strike so so free Newcastle you want visa and so bofu e strike or Brentford so also join Newcastle just abrabo no dwene ho ahontia se baby Isaac bo fu no ni besu ofiri ho no obi su bo fu o baby so opeso
okoho e asemu oba o titi bema what I say abema ne pese ojai no obi so pa kwehye ho
oh yeah so nya hu de wo mu and obi kan o exhibition no why if was how de kofa hwe so ndo ni hweka do be kan say wo de kofa hwe say kan wo fa ni nko anko da so te ho
ade ne de abrabo ne de sa say baby a wo dwane afiri ho obi so pe wa akwa akwhye what say baby a big he say why ye kama Watch I say, oh, but so cool with him. Mamika.
Okay.
Me do ye. Okay, what are they? TT. Say, dear, we won't talk, come. And now, person will call with him. What are you
chair first? No.
See, they say, okay, I chair first. They say, they would see. Oh, person will call with him. But. Yen ya number bre so show omunya wo so person ko be bia wo so wadri sisi nti abrabo no sa netie what yes
say no to me show budo bompa te nyamba yam se wo there's a weird prayer topic
what yes
ba wo so wo kom sa da no ko bia de ho de woni di
what yes nti ono obe ne den nti so ono fi Brentford o feel say okọ Newcastle akọ kese and ono so Newcastle no so person okọ ni what yes obi so to Liverpool ko na te Open Madrid akọ nti ade ne de
magge so pe Liverpool
Liverpool aba intabrabo no sanity what I say big girl be pelcca betim the number amount what I say but ope
there be say o ka say na say so one new statement na me yes
as when me kan oni age
there be
enye no a
me dey ma say me dey am kwa sorry am tena ni mu ti ma say
wadanfo ni Depo Dalimpo okay and wadanfo ni BYT
there be BYT dey madam for no
sa
rabo ndi oyo be say o
ka ojitu man ka me ka say
nya madam for no
sem wadanfo na me chill no
Dalimpo ko ma tunu futa man nene nante na so na eden
okay right me wo issues ni bebre ba me hu say time no so ebuke ba me fa we bi enchrew me last story be me de chiro Real Madrid ni Barcelona or Real Madrid for set up no Amanfra 2 Spanish players if I'm right Dean Housen any Alvaro Carrera so mo kra nrechi ya homo ba and a Barca e wo 8 Spanish players nti Barca for say ayomo and ekuta Spain Franca no do Madrid for mo na mutse capital ho enso manoa na mbode ti wo yen ene ekuta Spanish national team no bigi kofu we want some idea
kofu we die say picture na da ho no eno nko anti we adansi die na da
no
me ne Barca for na ya adwen
no
with the picture evidence eno na da ho
Madrid for some fast Spain for kakran bebre frefre I'm from
the difference is when you have a team and you decide to go for only top stars and on the Madrid situation and you say because there are certain stars or top players who be here but not on your Spanish but the Barcelona way is to pick homegrown players that has quality and we make them into stars that is the Barcelona way. Inti 2 teams are kwan obi e fa so ye ne nema ye different. And then only situation now ye hu ne picture na that TV ne so no.
Big me hu ade bi am pese me no kan wasim see. Me so bi a interesting statistics bi am pese e better chase ni age ne ye sen.
As
a better chase should be 27, right?
He's around that age.
A better chase is 27. Okay.
Yeah, 27 years.
And a Brian Boom was in 26. Okay. A better chase is over 40 goals, 28 assists. And this Brian Boom was 70 goals, 51 assists. It's a Brian Boom or numbers be better chase.
Yeah.
But better chase with Dean Channel.
And there is an English player.
Then they send the man you for motor player pal. Hey, man you for
hey, Koku. You to play o. Sure.
Hey, say this is we start we internal data ni adwuma pal.
Ya sheda say amori me asum na fidie. O ye ma we nyina na want me anye. Ye ma spices we nyina na anye nkwan na ma na anye da. Only excuse bia.
We be say ma dwen cram ko statistics na ho say we were numbers chain bebre.
Oh yeah, but well, say English boys, they are always projected well.
Well,
that's the difference.
BYT appear, yeah, pon na Depo any almost over to us. Name Biggie say and you are down for no.
Debbie, minimum no cry.
Biggie so onimu wanya down for no. Oni we sign ke Caribbean kra asem ato no.
Minimum no he.
And then sir.
We just want budia.
Say ya na omo ade bia ya na omo ye say omo timi ka say yeah for one word for describe it obi. What I say? Nti say me ka say can be for describe BYT a ebia minimum 1 word, maximum 5 words abeka dey.
Right, what ila?
Obeka dey.
They had the papa na say.
Yeah, we dey one kasa no for this the opposite dey can be a. You can. Na ka say describe be obeka dey.
BYT. Women organizer.
The way you saw the man, women organizer. The Darling Paul's way.
Darling Paul, yeah. That's why things were dangerous.
Until Obama is dangerous.
Silent person, pa.
And now the man. Coffee blessing.
Hey, so we do him. I did that.
Okay. Young Paul. Now Obeka biafa abi hoana. Young Paul.
Say abi dey me chede hu ni ye o. Me nya hu ni sa.
Okay, me pam cho yen check sports na ka no all sports GH extra. On to the next video.